visitors. It's Scratchy here on another beautiful Claremont morning. Central Queensland, Australia. Beautiful this time of the year in winter. It's just it is a magic area, Central Queensland in winter. I wouldn't say so much in summer, but this time of the year, many sparkling days, and yes, it's always nice to get out with the lure of what is to come next. And what is to come next here is I'm moving on to some very interesting ground. It hasn't paid up as nicely as I wanted in the last few days. That's gold. That's just the way it rolls. There's a lot of old-timer workings as we finish this gully, and it then transitions over onto a new piece of... Now, when I say creek, this time I actually mean creek. So this is a gully. It's just a little gully, and I've been working on that, and it's just a little thing. But over here is a proper creek. And I say creek, to that extent, it's not a flowing creek, and up there it splits away into 3 gullies. So, you know, it may be just an oversized gully, but nevertheless, it's a more significant watercourse or water draining area. And I'm standing on old-timer workings, a lot of them. So this is all mullock holes here. Here is your main channel for this creek or gully. All right, which runs down through there, and there's the excavator up there, and the other little gully joins in here, and this whole area here is sort of like a deposit where there's a confluence here, and it's all worked. So I'm expecting that obviously you're going to have to deal with the fact that old timers took a certain amount, but it's all worked all the way along here, and then this whole sort of amphitheater, huge area up here, there's gold all through it. There's going to be rich spots. There's months, potentially years of work in there. But for now, we're going to start popping the top off these, and I'm going to come over. Really, I'm not under the influence of this channel yet, the channel coming this way. I'm still on the influence of that gully, and somewhere in the next cut or two, I'm expecting to see a change, to see the ground fall away. Something I think is going to start to indicate that the influence of that bigger channel is coming into play, and we'll see. But gold is a weird creature. It doesn't do up further. It was paying up nicely. Then I've had, as I thought it was going to get richer, it's been pretty sporadic, and it may be the same here. You can't make it do anything. It's just going to do what it's going to do, and it might be the most benign looking, boring spot that you're digging, and next thing you know, you're pulling out multi-ounce nuggets. That's just the way it rolls. Anyway, keep pushing on. I'm going to now do the greasing, so all the greasing, and you've got a new blade on the bucket, so go and do the bolts on the bucket and get cracking. So wish me luck, big luck for today as we go into this new section.
Yeah, Reese works at Brigalow or fucking Green Valley.
Now this is the stuff you don't see behind the scenes. I've got to tighten the bolts in the bucket. That's already been done. And I've got some visitors, and we're refueling and rewatering. Moo Cow's refueling the water truck.
Big refueling everything. Big white cow.
The sloth bear over there putting the terminals on the wrong way.
Trying to hide. What are you doing over there, mate? Doesn't want to be on TV. Do I disclose?
There goes me visitors. I'm going to be lonely again for the rest of the day now. Ta-da, Moo Cow's fuel truck and water truck. Oh, at least I'm all loaded up, full fuel, new blade on the bucket, and a new diesel filter, away we go. Well, I have to admit it's been a frustrating period today. Yes, hard yakka, a lot of diesel, digging deep. I'm moving underground that looked really awesome. And the first cut was just dead, went over 2 meters, nothing on the bottom, just no sounds at all. And I'm like, what's going on here? But admittedly, it was in the transition zone between the gully and the bigger creek that I'm coming onto. So I, just push on. So I've dug this cut, looked like it was going to be the same, but the sounds have started. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. So I've just pulled some pretty nice solid nuggets just out of one section down here, and then I had a really big sound, and I cheated a little bit because it was just deep and it's hot and sweaty, and it's still really warm in Queensland. I mean, I'm hot and sweating, and the sun's warm, so like it's June. It's coming up to the shortest day of the year, and yeah, it's summer. You could shorts, t-shirt, go for a swim. Anyway, have a listen to this. Now, this has been worked, so there is always the potential of this being old-timer rubbish, but I've just found, so it also has the potential of being a good nugget. All right, so that's pretty much blanking out there. Let's see how we go. I mean, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? And that's to dig it out. So that's what I'll do. I'll dig it out. I'm just going to set this up here, and here's a bit windy. I don't want a wind event. It's almost, it's back to needing the jackhammer situation, really. I mean, it looks like the right spot. It's hard to tell though. It's down on the slate. So there's a bit of a mudstone slate spot here. So it could have been caught here. Definitely is a possibility. But you could have also had an old-timer shaft come down and be on those slates. Left something down there. Now it's going to be the moment of the truth. Whoa. Clunk. Clunk, kitty, clunk, clunk, clunk. And it's not massive, but I'll tell you what, that machine is unbelievable. That heard that a foot deep. At least a foot deep. Maybe more. I had to pull all that soil away with the excavator. So that's what it got from that depth. So it's starting, folks. I was expecting this area to be really rich. I mean, I just couldn't understand it. I thought that one might have been a bit bigger. I thought it might have been a 9 or 10 grammer or something. But that's a solid, it's pretty chunky actually. It's pretty good. So there might be a good 4 in that. Starting to make up for what was just a horrific morning of just slog. There could be more of these coming onto this area where I've been expecting it, and it's now starting to pay, which is really awesome. So there might be another check-in yet. Well, I've been going like a madman to try and make up for a pretty lame morning, but I got to say, the tap just turned on. It literally we've hit the channel. So this is it now. I really think this could last a while. Like everything's going to slow down. You get down onto this pay layer, and like I'm sitting inside the cut for 45 minutes, an hour, maybe more. Some of these cuts, if sometimes you do one scrape and you're there for the whole day digging gold out. But I mean, have a look at these. It's like craters in here. So you know, just every one of these scratches is a right. So there's shit everywhere because it's just the whole bottom's been pulled up where I've been pulling gold out. So yeah, within 2 scrapes, it just went from, you know, nothing to something, and it really, I mean, I've skipped lunch once again. Mrs. will be up me. Need to go and get into some water. I might dig up some crackers or something, but I'll just push it now to the end. That's gold though, you know, when you're on it and it's just like boom, 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 but it's hard. It's down in the slate, so I haven't got the jackhammer. It's this mudstone slatey stuff again. It's right down in it, and it's just like, it just keeps coming. You pull up pockets, like some of these holes are 2 or 3 out of each one. So this is just coming onto the edge of it now, and there's still a ways. This is the bench. This is probably the old river channel here, and you've still got all the creek, and then you've got the whole length of it, you know, however long it runs. So this is sort of what I was expecting. I'm really hoping that it does continue, and I do think it will. And hopefully there's going to be there's no doubt there was going to be the odd scattered big one in there. I've already seen that in this little cut here. So good, happy days. I'm going to go and try and have a couple of crackers, and if I can score something before dark, I will check in again. We'll talk about a day of 2 halves. That was just an atrocious start. Terrible. Hated it. Thinking that I was going to be onto something. First cut, 0. Second cut, looked like it was going to be 0. And of course, actually just started to hit the edge of the channel near the bottom, which is what has to be expected, but it looked like nothing was going to happen. So managed to salvage the day and get some clunks in there. Everybody wants to have a look, right? So I'll just bear with me. Look at this. Live TV. I'm good at live TV. If I'm not careful, I'll drop it all and I'll have to go and find it all again. That was probably all within about 3 hours. I'd guess that there's the best part of half an ounce there. So that's not too bad. Tomorrow I'm going to go behind me now and fill this cut in, because I'll take it right down to that sort of bluestone there. It's hard. It gets harder, so it sort of starts as like a mud slate sort of thing, and then it gets into like a harder. It's sort of, actually, when you scratch it, it comes out sort of almost like a slightly pink colour. Anyway, I can fill that in, and then I'll be ready to take a cut forward or across, or any of the above. So I think everything's going to slow down a lot now. I really feel that there's going to be a channel here that can be worked on for quite a while. It could be, it's a vast area. I mean, have a look at this. I mean, this is just a little bit here that I've cleared, but there's just a huge area in here that it's just all full of gold. I mean, this is all, I don't know if you can see it, but we're standing on mullocks. This is all old time. This is all worked ground, old timer ground, and they haven't actually, in here I could see, I don't know, they didn't really go to the bottom. Yeah, it seems, I don't know, it just seems as though the shafts were pulling up a bit short. They certainly weren't going down into that sort of slates really hard. So I don't know, they might have been in a rush. Who knows? I don't know, but it bodes well for me all the way down here onto this this creek, and digging the creek up the other side. It's rich up the other side. There's old timers up there. There's workings all the way up those gullies. It splits away up here. So there's probably there's 50 plus acres just in this area to work. So that's it. That's today. I would say overall successful. It was a tough one. I really worked at it. I was proper fitness today, and I'm fit. I'm getting very fit now, but I'm I'm worn out. So I'll go and get I can scrounge 6 hours sleep, it seems. Doesn't matter what time I go to bed. That's it. I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning, so something to look forward to. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.